It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theater, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And also we have the Merman, who, if rumors are true, has never done a freestanding handstand push-up. Is that true, Murray?
Yeah, that would be true.
All right.
Nice.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Ooh, snap. We're doing some working out today with our handstand push-ups. Thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please support us and join the growing Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. All members get special episodes and content only for members, and all members that sign up will get a special limited edition Film Rage merch item. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible movie. Shout out to Alberta, our largest listening province in Canada, and our largest listening state in the U.S. is still Virginia.
Virginia's for lovers.
It is for lovers, and we love Virginia. Also, shout out to our friends from France, because we're getting lots of French listeners. Bonjour!
Vive la France.
Vive la France.
Movies are back at Canyon Meadow Cinemas. We are open for your viewing pleasure with great new films opening weekly. All health-regulated protocols are in effect for a safe and enjoyable experience. And don't forget, we should be your first choice for your next birthday party or special event. Can't make it to the cinema? We got you covered. Order concessions from our online store, and you can either choose curbside pickup or get them delivered via Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, or DoorDash. For more details, go to canyonmeadowscinema.ca. Here at CMC, we would like to thank you for your continued support, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the movies.
Time is it, Jim?
It's time to dance. Oh, yeah, streaming. We're streaming. We're streaming. And we're doing what?
We're streaming, Jim.
And Murray has been also streaming.
Dreaming.
Okay, so we streamed a couple of movies this week.
We did.
And we're going to start with Prime. We streamed on Prime a movie by the name of Annette.
It's also someone's name, not just a movie's name.
So.
That's true.
Annette Bening?
Isn't it?
Annette Funicello?
No, different Annette.
Oh. It's not Annette Bening either?
No, it's a puppet.
Oh.
Named Annette.
Okay, then.
Ish.
All right, so Annette is the story of a stand-up comic and an opera singer who have a daughter together who is uniquely gifted. Within the first few minutes, we as the audience become well aware that this is going to be a different sort of experience. Leos Carax directs this one-of-a-kind musical from the minds of Russell and Ron Mail, who are the creative force behind the pop group Sparks.
I thought they were.
Here, Carax and the brothers Mail create a dark, funny, tense, disturbing, and wonderful world. You can tell that both Adam Driver and Marion Cotillard completely buy into the concept of this as they both dive into the material with reckless abandon. The film is almost impossible to describe as if they took a stage play, a concert, and a tabloid magazine and mixed it all together. Everything works in this surreal adventure as Carax uses some oddly flawed sets and some strange rear projection techniques to invite us into this world of artificial theatrics. It is a feast for the senses, and at its conclusion, you're exhausted from the experience. The final scene between father and daughter is magnificent and heartbreaking as father gets set free and destroyed at the same time by his daughter, completely simultaneously.
Yes, he does.
Gets set free and destroyed. Poetic and resplendent are two words to describe this film, but perhaps the best way to describe this film is mondo.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting.
The ending was so good.
The ending was absolutely fantastic. So, without even knowing that the Sparks brothers were involved, after hearing the music, you would definitely have guessed it was. Because is always present, their repetitive chanting sound is all over this film. Find a hook and chant is what I feel they probably say pretty much most of the time. And for their music style, it absolutely works. Reviewing this film, for me, was really tough. And I mean really tough. Because, first off, I hate musicals for the most part. And especially when no one in the musical can actually sing. So this makes this a huge barrier to overcome. Adam Driver, as usual, was brilliant, as was Marianne Cotillard.
Yeah, just keep on saying it, Jim.
Cotillard. Maybe Cotillard.
No.
Cotillard?
Cotillard.
All right. She's en français. And seeing Simon Helberg in a role not on TV was a real treat for me. Acting in general in this film was done well. The music, although I'm a huge Sparks fan, was just okay. Do not think this needed to be a musical, but because it was a musicians that actually wrote it, I guess they can do whatever they want. I loved the entire concept of this movie. The story and direction was done amazing. It was weird and creative and unexpected and took me on a journey of a story of love, family, friendship, mental illness, and paying for your sins in more than one way. I really, really like this film, but the bad singing and the whole music aspect of this made me not love it all the way through. For that reason, it gets a very high meh. If it wasn't a musical, it would have been a mondo.
I liked it a lot.
I also really liked it a lot. I cannot bear listening to people pretending they know how to sing when they can't. It was painful.
You just belted out.
They should have just cast one of the brothers in this as who can absolutely sing.
I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, no, I oh my God. We've actually talked about musicals in the past when we're like, why are they even Gerard Butler? Let's bring back Gerard Butler because we know he can't sing, and yet yeah, no, your argument is terrible. Adam Driver can't sing. And she couldn't sing, and she's supposed to be an opera singer. Yeah. The only one who could sing was the puppet.
Gerard Butler just can't make a good movie.
And the entire band Sparks at the beginning of the movie. For the first 5 minutes, I was like, this movie is going to be great. Exactly, Murray, exactly. If the Sparks Brothers band was actually in the movie, like the first 5 minutes, this might have been mondo.
Well, here's my question then.
It was mondo.
So you get the two brothers from Sparks.
Yes.
And their music is anything but opera.
Yeah.
Yet this movie supposedly has opera singing in it.
It does, but it's not.
Just a small
it's just
component.
A small part of it. Her career is an opera singer.
Yeah, she's an opera singer.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like they should have got an actual musical director to do the music. But
I don't know. Like, I think maybe Bryce's point on this is that, like, when you see the whole movie as a piece, it's very well done. I just wish there was no singing. It kind of ruined it for me.
I liked it.
Was it the Marion was supposed to be the opera singer?
Yes.
Yes.
You know who can sing opera?
Who? And don't say Gerard Butler.
No. But you're close. How about, I can't forget her last name now. The one from...
well, thank God he brought that up.
No, the one from Shameless. What the hell is her name?
Oh.
What's a Shameless?
You know.
Well, the one who was in Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, her.
What's Phantom of the Opera?
She actually does sing opera.
The movie with,
Emma something.
Emma Night Shyamalan?
No. Anyway, she's the same age, and she actually does sing opera. Just saying.
Okay. There we go. Okay. It's completely unrelated to this movie.
Just saying, if you want someone who can sing, hire an actress who actually knows how to sing opera.
It's unnecessary. I don't need them to be able to sing.
I'm on Murray's side on this, but specifically her, I would not have
Marion, what's her name? Is also on my list of people that I can't stand.
I love her.
I absolutely adore her.
Can't stand her.
As do I. Well,
All right.
Apparently, she's not ever going to be mesmerizing.
Apparently not. I guess I'll just put a big X through that. I was
You were going to bring it
her
up.
up today.
Put it this way: if there's enough movies that I haven't seen that she's in, then I have no voice. But
There you go.
as long as she keeps being in movies that I go to, yeah, not a chance.
All right. Well, we also
right.
saw something else.
Well, I said I was going to see it. I didn't say you guys had to, but
You
you chose
twisted
to.
our
You
arm.
twisted
We
our
had
arm.
I
to
didn't say you had
watch
to
it.
see it. As people may or may not know, I do not have Prime or Apple TV or Shudder or Disney.
and yeah, thank
I
you.
have
Well played, Bryce.
Netflix.
Right.
And the number one movie on Netflix in Canada this weekend.
But the number one
was-
movie we chose was on Prime, which was
Just
actually with
saying,
Adam
the one that
Driver.
I chose from a streaming service that I can watch
Gotcha.
was Sweet Girl. It was produced by and starring Jason Momoa.
Whoa.
And I don't know how old she was. Isabella Merced basically played his daughter.
She was good.
Yeah, basically, a devastated husband vows to bring justice to the people responsible for his wife's death while protecting the only family he has left, his daughter. And basically, they go after the big pharma.
Big Pharma.
That
Big
basically
Pharma.
refused to release
Those evil Big
the
Pharma.
cure that would actually cured her cancer. They refused to release it. So he's more than a little pissed off in the movie.
He's very pissed off.
Okay, well, when I saw Jason Momoa jump off the roof of PNC Park in Pittsburgh into the icy waters
Yes.
of Allegheny River,
Yep.
I figured, no problem. He's Aquaman.
Yeah.
Except this wasn't that kind of movie.
No.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Sweet, tender-hearted film about a father and his daughter who have to watch their wife/mother die from cancer because the cold, heartless pharma company won't release the cure. Gets really weird from that point as Momoa tries to get revenge. Then there's a huge plot twist, which kind of ruined it for me. Good performance from the young lady who starred his daughter, but just a bland performance from Momoa. Unfortunately, it was a man.
Okay. What did you think, Bryce, about Sweet Girl?
Not so sweet. The film is a bit of a mess. It's all over the place and unnecessarily long as a result. There is a weird mix of heartfelt emotional scenes mixed with some ridiculous and unrealistic action sequences. It is as if the director every now and then forgot the film he was making, as it would morph into a superhero movie for a few minutes. There are also unnecessary side stories that caused the story to be more and more convoluted as the tale rolled on. There's probably a decent movie buried somewhere in the mess about the evil monster that is Big Pharma, but the movie seems to lose its focus early and often and never regains it. As it stands, Sweet Girl is a rage.
Okay, then. Sweet Girl. Sweet Girl.
I was hoping it was going to be about candy. I don't even like candy,
But who doesn't like sweet girls?
Right.
Sweet.
yeah, that's true.
Right?
Sweet.
Exactly. Well, I learned something today.
Did you?
Yes.
What'd you
And
learn?
also thanks to Murray's reminder that Jason Momoa is not always Aquaman.
What?
What?
And he is no longer in Game of Thrones either.
There, I said
I
it.
don't know what Game of Thrones is.
He's not always Aquaman. It's a surprise. Now, everyone knows I like ladies who kick ass and punch dicks as much as the next person. This is common knowledge. But it takes a rare young lady to win over my heart, and unfortunately, Isabella Merced, playing Rachel Cooper, although is actually 20 in real life.
Wow.
I never felt once that she was 18 as portrayed in this film, or could pull off the intrigue this film has her portray. I wasn't a fan of the twist ending, as I felt it was not believable, or maybe it was just a twist we were supposed to believe.
It was poopy.
I do like Jason Momoa, and he
Do
does.
you?
He's okay in the film. I'm saying only okay.
Yeah.
And the parts with him in it, I didn't mind too much. I do think they were punching above their weight class. Get it? Because they were punching family. With the plot and story, as things fell together pretty easily through this film. The action was good, as was the hand-to-hand combat, which I did enjoy. I did not hate it. I did hate a lot of things in it. But for the most part, for me, it was just a low man.
I hated it.
I know you did. And I understand why you do, because it wasn't a great movie.
Because it was poopy.
They tried too hard to make this more intrigue than. I don't think she could just carry the film. I think she was a problem of it. I think the direction was a part of it. I think the writing, it was just a packaged mess that probably Netflix just said, hey, who wants $20 million? Go make a movie.
And yet it's the #1 movie of the week on Netflix.
Well, you gave it a meh.
Yeah, I didn't say I loved it, but it wasn't bad.
It was a rage.
You rage about everything.
Not everything.
No,
he liked that first
poopy
movie
movies.
that had terrible singing in it.
It was awesome.
The movie was good. The singing was bad.
All right.
What else did we do and see? Actually, we went to the cinemas.
We did go to the cinema.
Huh. But we went to a cinema that Bryce wasn't able to attend, which I understand may be the last time that we'll have to say this.
That would be nice. I'm hoping they move the screenings to Monday nights.
It's a possibility. We have an in. So, Murray and I went to go see a movie with our friends from Calgary Underground Film Fest, where you can find them at www.calgaryundergroundfilm.org. And we got to go back to our little independent cinema called The Globe to see a movie called Prisoners of the Ghostland, which is a notorious criminal must break an evil curse in order to rescue an abducted girl who has mysteriously disappeared.
All I know is Bill Moseley was in it.
And Bill Moseley was in it.
Who the hell's Bill
and
Moseley?
It's directed, and I'm going to mess this up, but maybe Bryce will correct me. Sion Sono?
Sure.
Okay.
Sono sounds right.
Yep. And it stars Nicolas Cage.
I heard of him.
Have you heard of him?
You know who else is in it? Bill Moseley.
Bill Moseley's in it, and he's pretty awesome, actually.
I love Bill Moseley.
Was he the old white guy?
Yeah, he was the governor.
He was the bad guy?
He was the governor. So, Quick and the Dead meets Beyond Thunderdome meets 13 Assassins. Throw in some overt colonial-influenced imprints and overshadowing of World War II nuclear undertones, and you have the weird and wonderful Nic Cage, a.k.a. Alice in Japanese Samurai Wasteland Wonderland. Nick is at his over-the-top best, and in fact, with one scene, he screams about his lost testicle in one of his best ways possible. The scenery and cinematography is brilliant and reminiscent of probably earlier Sono films, but this is not like his other films at all. I was kind of hoping to have a little bit more weird and a little bit more fucked upness in the film. Nic Cage and Sofia Boutella do a good job of holding our attention. The film is fun and at times funny, but overall, all the combined influences, although enjoyable together in this film, the film does not hold your attention for the entire hour and 40 minutes. So for that reason, it gets a meh. But I loved my Nic Cage. And yes, I had a Cage-gasm, like when he walks out in a sumo undergarment and one of the ladies standing by says, "Show us your balls." Or when his testicle explodes because he got a boner watching Sofia Boutella drink water in a seductive nature. It's okay. It makes sense if you see the movie.
It doesn't.
I did like it, but it's no pig. It's still just a meh. Over to you, Mer.
Okay, then. Well, as with most Nicolas Cage movies these days, I spent the whole time thinking, what the hell? This film was no exception. Basically, it was Mad Max / Quick of the Dead mashup set in a Japanese village. The cinematography was dynamic, lots of exciting, colorful images. But once again, the story lost me pretty early. And as several plot points along the way really disappointed me. I did enjoy the sword fighting. I love my sword fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that Nicolas Cage is now on my permanent doubted list, I didn't hate this film. But still a meh.
There you go. Double whammy. Yeah, I was hoping for more weird. If it would have been just a little bit more weirder, it might have made it all the way.
I probably would have raged about it.
But your boy Bill Moseley did a great job, by the way.
Did he? Excellent.
He did. You'd
You
have
can
been
count
happy.
on Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Well, I believe
Well.
you may be in luck. I think the Globe is talking about bringing it back.
Oh, good.
There you go.
I'll check it out.
Stay tuned, people. We'll hear what Bryce thinks about Prisoners of the Ghostland.
I think it's supposed to get a widespread release like 31st or something.
So, people, if you're listening, you're getting this ahead of time, as per usual. Okay. So we got to see a bunch of other films in the cinemas.
Boy, did we.
Yeah.
Bunch.
Crammed in.
Okay, I guess we'll start with this little gem.
The gem of called
Gem
It's
of the
called
week.
The Protege.
The Protege.
The Protege stars Maggie Q, who for some reason gets second billing in the opening credits to Michael Keaton. What's that about?
Mm-hmm.
This movie is about a girl that is saved by an assassin played by Sam Jackson, who becomes a target because of something that happened 30 years earlier in Vietnam. And I guess in the 30-year gap, the assassin trained the girl to be an assassin as well. And I guess he has become some sort of father figure. And then Michael Keaton shows up, and he is almost 70 and is all flirty with Maggie Q. And they fight, and they try to kill each other. And then they have some sexy times.
They get some down to business
with one another, and then some really silly action sequence happen where lots of bullets are fired at Maggie Q, but don't worry, she's okay. And then
She does get shot.
and then she like jumps out of a building through an atrium holding onto a fire hose, but luckily the hose is the perfect length for her to gently land in the lobby of the building. And Maggie Q owns a bookstore as well, and then we get a lot of books being destroyed by gunfire, as well as some silly twists and turns along the way, all culminating in an ending that relies on some inexplicable coincidences. And how on earth is the place where this whole story started still in the exact same condition after 30 years have passed? Apparently no one ever occupied this space.
No, it was empty.
As even the bullet holes are still there. Not a lot made sense here. The Protege is a rage.
Oh, baby.
Makes sense to me.
Okay, you made sense of that movie, and you couldn't
Absolutely
make.
made
You
sense
couldn't
of the
make.
movie.
You couldn't make sense of the Ghostland.
It was so bad.
Well, Murray,
I
why
didn't
don't
know
you
what I was watching.
Murray, why don't you tell us what you thought? Because I want to end this on a
Well,
delicious.
Once again, the complete opposite of Bryce.
Okay.
As always.
Alrighty then.
I thought my review was spot on.
it was.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, you basically revealed every single plot at the
What
point of the whole
plot?
movie.
There was no
There was
plot.
no plot.
Sorry, what was the plot?
Okay,
Murray's going to tell us what the plot is, people.
that's right. You don't need to know the plot. Doesn't matter.
Okay, there we go. That's
Maggie Q kicking ass. Yes, please. Michael Keaton as a bad mofo who can still be scary and funny and kick ass
At
with
70.
the best of them at 70 years old. Absolutely. Let that sink in. He's 70. And he's supposed to be returning as Batman in the new Flash movie.
fuck
awesome.
Me now. Fuck me now.
But I digress. Yes, the plot was predictable, but I enjoyed the fight scenes. Sam Jackson playing his usual bad mofo, and once again, unkillable as a cockroach. Ha! Got in a Hitman's Bodyguard reference there.
Yeah, you did.
So there. As Vulture magazine described it, the Protege is uninspiring action movie comfort food. But it is comfort food, which is about all I look for these days. Not quite a Mondo, but a very enjoyable meh.
All right. Well, let me tell you what I thought about this movie. First off, it's important to know that Michael Keaton is 70 in this movie, having sex with
And freaking awesome.
Maggie Q, who's how old?
I don't know, 30 something?
Yeah, that in itself is creeping
Half.
me out.
Mid 30s probably.
Okay, so the best line in this movie was, "Your order has been filled," by Michael Keaton after his kitchen fight when he slammed that guy's head on the kitchen ticket poker. But wait a minute. No, that wasn't a line from the movie. That's what he should have said. And then at least
I
there
believe
would have
she
been
said that earlier in the movie.
Yeah, but no. But if he did say that, there would have at least been one line in the movie that was actually good. If only they had said that one line. Why did the writers not put that in the movie?
But they did.
Then this movie could almost have been worth seeing. I need to say there was exactly 3 minutes of dialogue in this film that was adequate. And the remaining 1 hour and 46 minutes of this film was so completely fucking awful. I wished I was the kid who was deaf and blind in this film. I felt I was watching an 80s action film. No surprise that Murray loved it. Pilot. Not even the movie, but a pilot through the entire movie. The story was weak at best and really had no plot. Every single scene was painful to watch, aside from a few minutes of Michael Keaton fighting in the kitchen. By the time we got to the end, I just wanted everyone in the film to die so there would not be any hope that there would be a sequel. But no! The ending was what the ending was. My God, this film was the worst action film I've seen in probably 10 years. And I have seen a lot of bad movies, and I've seen a lot of movies from the 70s. But wait, Bryce, do we classify this as an actual action movie? How, as much as Murray loved to see Maggie Q kick ass and punch dicks,
Yes.
she really wasn't doing it that often. There was too much dialogue and stupidity, and I mean bad dialogue and stupidity, through the entire movie. There's maybe 4 minutes of her kicking ass and punching dicks.
It was still awful.
And the unique and god-awful chemistry between any of the characters was so painful to endure. Oh, plus the music and sound was atrocious. I don't know who programmed it, but it was like somebody pulled something off the internet, off of audio AI produced music, and then threw it into this film. It was probably my biggest rage of this year.
Yeah, it's bad.
As I was watching it, halfway through it, every time something stupid would happen, was every 5 minutes, I would turn to Bryce and go, "What is happening?"
It's an early contender for the Rage 5 at the end of the year. I guess not so early. We're like 9 months in.
Yeah, we're not far away.
8 months in.
We're not far away. Yeah. Well, at least Murray got some satisfaction out of that movie.
Always.
It was literally the last movie we watched of the night, and I went to bed angry, which is never a good
that
thing.
would be why, because that was the first movie I watched, and I was primed for it.
Well, we'll be talking about that coming up. All right. Well, what else did we see? We saw The Night House.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So, The Night House. Spooky serial killer fun set to the backdrop of one of the slowest building ghost satanic plots probably ever made. The film is, and when I say slow, I mean slow. For a story to unfold, this was painfully slow. Not a lot of the film is much of a surprise, as they drop enough breadcrumbs through the entire slow journey. There was a lot of this I actually did like. I think our lead did a pretty good job of showing her craziness. I liked that we had limited characters to have to deal with. The build I did find slow to completely keep my interest, though, as I found out shit started to happen and hit the fan. I was kind of already over it. It was kind of like, this took too long to get here.
Yep.
The dream sequences / demon sightings in it, though, were pretty cool. I really enjoyed the story idea, and when the underlining concept of the story was, okay. But again, I feel the 1 hour and 47 minutes was probably 15 to 20 minutes too long. I wish they tightened up the story and moved it along faster. Anything with demon / ghost / demon ghosts, or a combo of any one of those in partnership with mental illness, usually I'm on board. But apparently this made me a little bored, so for that reason, it was a meh. Mer?
Well, I actually agree with you.
What?
As we just discussed, this was actually the last movie I watched. I just saw it today.
Did you fall asleep?
And I did not. I wanted to leave. I actually was playing games on my phone for like half the movie because there was nobody else in the theater. This movie, it was so painfully slow. It was 10 minutes of thrills and 90 minutes of blah.
Of chills?
Like, it literally took halfway through the film for any kind of a jump scare or any kind of anything.
Was there a jump scare?
Well, I actually timed it. It was exactly halfway through when like stuff started happening in the lake house.
I wish I liked it more now.
But until that time, it was just, yeah, I get it. Her husband killed himself, and she's grieving about it. Actually, I did enjoy the one exchange where the parent of one of her kids came. Oh, how come my kid got a C on the speech
that was
class?
an awesome scene, actually.
And it's like, well, my husband blew his brains out last Thursday, so I missed his speech thing. It's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, like, it's a freaking speech class, and she's bitching about him getting a C.
She was totally Karening on her at the time.
Yeah, that I enjoyed.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, and otherwise, I found the leading actress was just bland and forgettable.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, I don't know, like, this is not PC to say, but I just...
Then don't say it.
She was mild.
Yeah, don't say it.
Don't say it.
She was mildly attractive.
Okay.
What is...
I'm not saying
What's that?
the U
But wait,
word,
what does that have to do
with the
Tea and
president
China?
and she had like no charisma.
Oh, okay.
And she had no
she
character.
does.
So-
No.
She was like a
Just-
milquetoast.
I honestly could
She
not.
is the best part of the
I just
film.
could not focus on watching her act.
She
I
was
just-
the entire film.
She wasn't entertaining.
As I will say,
I just didn't.
real soon.
I just didn't really enjoy watching her do her thing. It's like, I don't know.
So if she was super hot, it
No,
might
but
have
she
been
just
better.
didn't grab me right from the start. She wasn't dynamic enough.
Gotcha.
So that.
Although her husband did blow his
the
brains
role
out.
didn't really call for dynamic.
I don't know. I just didn't like her for some reason.
So did you hate it enough to get
no,
a rage?
it wasn't a rage, but yeah, like the first hour of the movie, I wanted to leave. I almost did, and I'm like,
And they still didn't get you to a
do I have to
rage.
sit through this? But yeah, like I said, there was like the last 10 minutes was actually pretty good,
There you go.
but I still didn't like the ending. But
Satan is
whatever.
fun. Satan is fun.
It was a meh.
All right, I'm going to keep this pretty short. The whole film relies on Rebecca Hall as Beth to invite you into the story, and she does a very good job. The film does not spoon feed you too much. As much of the time, you need to decide for yourself if what you're watching is really happening, or is it a dream, or is it a hallucination. There are things that may not exist, and some conclusions by our lead character that may or may not be true. The way the film is constructed keeps you guessing and uneasy throughout, and that is exactly what a film like this should accomplish. We are right there with Beth as she makes discoveries, investigates the reasons for her husband's death. The music and sound creates a perfectly eerie atmosphere throughout. It is well constructed and well acted, but it's still a meh.
There we go. You know what that means, Mur?
Oh yeah, it's a triple, is it?
It's a triple banger.
There you go.
Nice.
You thought my review for that one was short?
Wait
Till
till
you
you
get
hear
to the
this
next
one.
one.
Well, why don't
I
you?
don't even want to talk about the next
You
one.
need to talk about
Don't
the
worry,
next one.
I have things to say.
Oh, Murray's
Oh.
going to say it. That's right. Go,
Oh, yeah,
Murray.
I got an intro, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it, baby.
Alrighty. Reminiscence. However you spell it, I have no idea. Nick Bannister.
Why do you have to spell it?
Well, because I spelled it wrong when the 3 times I wrote it out.
Nice.
Nick Bannister is a private eye of the mind. Navigates
Kinda,
the alluring
yeah.
world
Dum,
of
dum,
the
dum.
past when his life is changed by a new client, May. That's with an E. A simple case becomes an obsession after she disappears, and he fights to learn the truth about her.
There's also 3 E's in
And
Reminiscence, by the
that's
way.
pretty much the only plot you can really get from it. It's like, all right, a sci-fi noir you may want to forget. Even Hugh Jackman can't save this overripe exercise in sci-fi noir.
You really would save anything?
Hugh Jackman stumbles into a silly Time Lord mystery. And Hugh Jackman's sci-fi noir Reminiscence is weirdly boring. Those are reviews from various online publications, which pretty much sum up my feelings on this movie. Confusing as hell. Shifting from the real world to dream sequences so much I didn't know what the hell was going on most of the time. I actually tuned out after the first 20 minutes. But the only thing that I could understand in this film was Hugh Jackman's obsession with Rebecca Ferguson, because I am also mesmerized by this Scandinavian beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, she didn't do what she does best, and that's kick ass.
And punch dicks.
Yes, she didn't do any of that this time.
None.
So I actually tried.
I've never. Who is she?
This is the Mission Impossible movies, the last two.
Yeah, dum-dum.
Anyway,
What?
anyway, I actually tried to go to the bathroom halfway through this, and I couldn't open the exit doors.
Oh, no,
The doors wouldn't let me leave.
They locked you in?
They were sealed shut. Almost as if Hugh Jackman was preventing me from leaving.
He wanted you to see
I took that as a bad sign. It turned out to be basically the air conditioning created some kind of suction that was the door couldn't open. But it's like, yeah, I couldn't leave. I wanted to.
What is going on?
I eventually got out and was glad to be free of this mind freak of a movie.
So this is a
Rage.
Right.
That surprised you there?
Bryce, why don't you go next?
All right, let's get this over with. Overstuffed.
Overworth.
Yeah. Overstuffed sci-fi film noir with hokey voiceovers and way too much unneeded side stories, along with way too much CGI combined with a base concept that this is about memories. And if the story basically starts with a character trying to find her keys that she lost recently, then how could her memories help her find them? As we have already established that she does not remember where they are. So that makes no sense, but at least it is consistent with most everything else in the film, as none of it makes a whole lot of sense. This is a mind-numbing way to start, and it never gets better. Dumb, boring, overwrought piece of drivel, and that is about all that needs to be said. Other than, Reminiscence is a rage.
Well. I'm going to be the devil's advocate here.
No.
So, 1950s voiceover of an apocalyptic sci-fi action detective love story. This film is a bit of a hot mess.
Boy, I hated that part too.
I love Hugh Jackman as much as any adult mostly straight man.
I don't care for him
He's
anymore.
okay in this, but still broodingly hot, I might add. Thandwi Newton, is that how it's pronounced?
It's just
It's
Tandy.
Tandy, but she's now changed her spelling of her name.
Oh, that's why.
Still said the same way.
Who actually I love was awesome as always.
Also in a Mission Impossible movie.
Yes, she is. There are some
What are these
great.
Mission Impossible movies?
What is wrong with you?
Tom Cruise,
Tom
hello.
Cruise, hello.
I thought it was a TV series.
It's a movie series. Where have you been living? Under a rock?
How many did they make?
Probably 20.
Like
Just
5
keep
at
up.
least.
20?
20 or so.
Working on 6 or 7
How
now.
have you not seen any of them?
I think maybe I have.
Okay. Well, anyway,
I
she's
don't
also in
remember them,
this.
though.
Now, let me get back to what I was saying. There are some actually great CGI scenes in this and some pretty cool cinematography. Plus, the amount of set changes alone must have pushed the boundaries of budget in this film. But with so many genres rolled into one film, you're bound to not have focus. And this is one of the things that this film has going against it. Plus,
One of the
can
things.
directors get characters properly created and stick with a plan? Hugh's character is a war vet who at sometimes is superhero-like and other times gets his ass handed to him.
Repeatedly.
The only real consistent character was actually Thandie Newton as Emily in this film. Not a fan of the 50s narration. Found the dialogue and story was transparent from the get-go. No one was likable in the story, really, except Emily character. I kind of didn't really care what happened to anyone. By the end, I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I didn't really hate it because I really didn't care enough about it. I wrote my review pretty much an hour after seeing this, and as of today, I am already forgot about pretty much the entire movie. So, after all, my man mind can only hold on to so many things. And if it isn't a rage or a mondo, it's pretty much gone from my brain. So yeah, you guessed it. I probably should have hated it,
Yeah,
but I didn't really care enough
really
about
should've,
it.
yeah.
You
So-
should have hated
so
it.
it was a meh. Because it didn't make me rage. I was
How
just like,
could you
whatever.
How can this not make you rage?
I just didn't really
it
care.
was all bad. And how are you defending? Never mind.
Well, you don't like Thandie Newton in this? She was great.
The only thing I like, if I had to choose one thing in this that I liked a little bit, it would be Thandie Newton.
Yeah.
Everything else is poo poo.
Yeah.
Like everything.
I don't know. I didn't have problems with your whole science part about her losing her keys. That kind of made sense to me.
No, how did it make sense?
Well, because the idea is that your eyes and your mind is capturing data and it's downloading from your brain.
But the image is from a wide shot.
It's from and that's the other thing. Why is it that when they're interviewing the criminals or whatever, and they're trying to, it's first person point of view, but when they're in there doing their little thing, it's like this
trip.
wide shot.
It's a wide shot of the whole
so
room.
that we can see what's happening.
Okay, so how is that possible?
If you're in their mind, you can only see what their
they're mind
eyes
melding
see.
with everybody there.
No.
There is no one else there. She was
one
in the
else.
place by herself. She can only see what she's seeing. We don't get some weird wide shot from the side. I don't understand. Explain that to me.
It's science.
It's not science.
It's
the opposite of science.
It's science fiction.
That's why it's sci-fi.
It's
not science fact. It's science fiction.
It's just fiction.
Well, I'm also going to throw a curveball at you. I really hated the voiceovers. Like, oh my
it's
god,
terrible.
Yeah, the
terrible.
voiceover was
And
bad.
I liked 50s movies.
Oh, God.
But
the whole thing was garbage.
I did enjoy the singing.
I don't even remember the singing.
She was a singer in the
Rebecca
bar.
Ferguson, she was a
yeah,
singer.
She was awful.
And she was planting all
She could
those
sing.
things. I don't know.
Anyway,
I can't debate.
She's no Adam Driver.
Yeah, she can
Right.
actually sing.
she can actually
whatever.
sing. Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, so I want to end this with I can't argue with anything you guys are saying.
But it's still, man.
But I still
Still,
didn't
man.
hate it. I was just sitting
Whatever.
there going, whatever.
I'm not going to sit here
wasn't-
and try to convince you that this movie was worse than you're remembering. 'Cause apparently you've forgotten.
I've already
it,
forgotten.
So it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It's like you're like, what are you talking about?
And
I don't even remember this.
There is
movie.
other films that we watched this week that I'll remember for a long time, including what's coming up next.
There you go.
We'll see. Anyway.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Sweet, sweet, sweet rage.
Hello.
Rage, 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 rage. I love you so. So, action films. Is that all we're seeing these days? Is action films or some type of action film? And why are all of
It's
them
the
pretty
summer
much
jam.
not great?
Because it's a summer blockbuster.
they're never
They
great.
come out
It's
in
the
the summer.
season. There are some good
Come
ones.
September, you're going to see all the artsy films.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
this whole terrible action film that just keeps coming out and coming out. Why can't there be summer blockbusters with really good dramas?
Good question, Jim.
Right?
Well,
what happened to
the-
the Little
the-
Miss Sunshine of
Is that
the reason-
rhetorical?
2021?
The reason
Is that rhetorical?
The reason
Yeah, a
is,
little bit.
is
Because studios are greedy and they want to make as much money as they can.
well, it's more that's part of it, but the other part of it is they gotta release the really good stuff close to Oscar season,
That's also
so that
true.
it's fresh in the memory.
The
and they can-
dramas and okay.
Serious dramas come out in
yeah.
October, November.
Well, we should get some more
'cause
horror movies
when you-
winning
when-
Oscars.
When you look at the Oscar nominees, you're gonna get 4 that were released between October and December. And
It's
you're
true.
gonna
And a couple
you're
that
gonna
get released in,
you're gonna
like,
get
January.
one that got released in March or whatever.
Right. And probably Reminiscence might get nominated for a few of the
Razzies?
possibly. Yeah, my rage this week is stop making crappy action movies and make some good movies.
Not going to happen.
I like that rage.
I know.
It's good.
It's the best.
I'm just sick of the action. It's making my mind numb. Ooh, it's my turn.
It is your turn.
I get to rage now. All right. My rage this week is this Friday, August 27th. The new music documentary from Peter Jackson, The Beatles, Get Back, is set for a widespread release, but for some reason does not seem to be playing in Calgary. That's my rage!
That's kind of your
All right.
consistent rage.
That's your rage every week.
yeah, well, pretty much every week. There's stuff coming out, we just don't get it.
No, we don't.
I don't get, like, we're a city that way bigger than Saskatoon and Regina and a lot of the places.
No, there's at least 4 or 5 movies coming out this weekend, and we're getting one. That's Candyman. I checked like most of the theaters. It's like nothing else is coming out here.
I just want the Beatles to get back.
Well, you can enjoy the Beatles. I don't enjoy the
Well,
Beatles.
Can you call in sick Saturday? Maybe. I can't go Saturday.
Is it playing in
Can we call
Saskatoon?
in Sunday? You don't work Sunday. Where's it playing? How close can we get
Nowhere.
there? Is it Medicine Hat, maybe?
I don't know where it's playing. I haven't really looked into
Well,
it.
let's look into
If I
it.
had to guess, I would say not in Canada.
I would guess it probably is. 'Cause
Probably
it comes
Regina.
up on the...
Maybe Toronto then.
Yeah. Definitely Toronto somewhere. I would imagine somewhere.
Montreal will
Quebec,
have it.
Yeah, somewhere in Quebec. Couple.
All right, that was your rage.
And apparently Saskatchewan, because they get everything.
They get
Saskatchewan's
everything.
awesome.
Saskatchewan's the greatest place.
True.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Oh, sorry.
That didn't seem right.
That wasn't right.
Vampires, ghosts, crazed killers, werewolves. Open Shudders goes to the movies. Barry Marino and Philip Landry will discuss some of the most horrifying films Hollywood has to offer. Open Shutters Goes to the Movies is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and anywhere podcasts can be heard. Enjoy the view from the silver screen, but don't make it your final credit.
Wow.
Alrighty. Well, as always, I've been instructed to make this tight.
Yeah, tight like a tiger.
This week, it's a very short one. I actually have something for you sporty sport types. Currently, we have the best women's hockey players in the world in our fair city competing at the Women's World Hockey Championships. Unfortunately, because of the damn pandemic, nobody is allowed to go and watch them. But it is on TV. You know, that big box that Bryce uses to watch movies on.
That's right.
So this week, I dug up a hidden gem from the 80s.
Oh,
my
God.
favorite decade.
Are you talking about Miracle on Ice?
No,
Okay.
that's an American
It's just
story.
called Miracle.
This is a Canadian story.
Oh, whoa.
It's called
Cutting Edge.
Hockey Night.
Oh.
It is a Canadian film from 1984 starring 3 of Canada's legendary actors. Megan Follows stars as a teenage girl who moves from Toronto to Parry Sound, Ontario,
So not far.
wherever the hell that is,
It's not far from Toronto.
and joins the boys' hockey team as their goalie.
Sounds terrible.
It sounds...
Yannick Bisson, Murdoch himself, is the dreamy star forward of the team that helps her deal with the sexist and chauvinistic team sponsor, Roy's Lumber or something. And
wait, Roy's Lumber?
I know, it's like a lumber store.
Sounds sexy.
It's like they sponsor the team, and the whole town in general basically hates her.
So, wait a minute. Are you saying Roy's got wood?
Roy's got wood,
Okay.
not
Just
for
so-
her though.
Just so we know.
And Rick Moranis is the coach that gives her a shot despite her
Of
lack of a
course he
Y chromosome. Rounding out the cast is Maury Chaikin as Bum Johnston, the colorful play-by-play commentator with a knack for stating the obvious. My favorite line? A tie. Give me a break. Boring. Like kissing your sister. Sure, you're still puckering your lips, but the thrill's all gone.
I kind of like that line.
Truth of the matter
Why are
is...
you puckering your lips to kiss your sister?
I don't
That's
know.
what he said. The thrill's gone.
Apparently, in Parry Sound, there's a lot of that.
Exactly. Truth of the matter is that the female character is not that good of a goalie. But that's hardly the point. She's the first female goalie, and she takes a stand. Yes, it's a predictable love story, but it doesn't take away from the decent plot and good, wholesome Canadian values. If you can find it, check it out.
I'm sorry, what was this movie again? So I
called-
never check it out?
It's called Hockey Night, and it's Canadian.
It sounds Canadian. Sounds like 80s Canadian.
It is totally 80s Canadian. Megan Follows.
This has to be. You know what? The worst thing about this, other than Murray liked it, is the fact that it got a 6.9 on IMDb.
I don't really care. It's about a female goalie.
Yeah.
And it's the World of
You
Women's
said-
Hockey Championships.
That's a good tie-in. It's a good tie-in. It's a perfect tie-in.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You do a lot more.
Yeah, well. Anyway, that's all I got.
Well, that's pretty good, actually. Well, peeps, you got anybody for the list this week?
Nope.
Is this going to be a short list?
Well, considering pretty much every movie we saw this week was a rage.
It wasn't. It wasn't a very. It's
kinda hard to nominate
It
anybody.
was not. Well, wait. Bryce had a Mondo he gave out for free.
You're going to give a mondo to the singing and whatever that
That's
crap
right.
movie was?
Adam Driver's singing got a Mondo.
Yes, it did. Because it was.
Well, apparently we can't. Apparently, we can't bring you know who forward because Murray doesn't like her.
Yep.
That is correct.
So that's off the list. Okay, so we've talked about this before, and Adam Driver's making some pretty good choices.
Is he not on our
But
list
is he
already?
mesmerizing now? Can we say Adam Driver is officially mesmerizing?
I don't know. I enjoyed his last movie.
I can probably say that, yeah.
Murray, are you on board?
I can't. Well, I mean, he was over the top, cheesy, bad in the Star Wars films. But I mean, I think apart from that,
He was still
pretty good.
mesmerizing doing it.
That's true.
Everybody wanted Kylo Ren to
Well,
Kylo everybody.
he was pretty good in The Dead Don't Die, and I mean that was acting with Bill
He
Murray.
was
so-
perfect in that movie.
So-
He outshone Bill Murray in
He was
that
very
movie.
good in
That's
that
true.
movie. The movie was.
That's the last one of his that
It was
I
a
saw.
Mondo.
So yeah, sure, I'll go for it.
This is great news, everybody.
Is it?
Thank God I'm thinking on my feet all the time.
Is that true?
Oh, well, I'm sitting right now.
Of course,
but if
he-
I was on my feet, I would be also
He
thinking.
is about to be in a movie with Matt Damon
Jim is?
and Ben Affleck.
on my feet.
So I may rage about that sucker, but
Yeah, but
That doesn't
doesn't
matter.
affect his mesmerization. Doesn't affect his mesmerization.
We're talking about the mesmerized list, Murray.
Yep,
Not the undoubted list.
That's
Two different lists.
right. Now, is there anybody? Did we actually add Mary J. Blige? What was the decision there?
why would we?
No.
You don't think Mary
not
J.
an
Blige is
actor.
mesmerizing?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, she's a better singer than Adam Driver. I'm just saying.
It's close.
No, it's not.
Pretty
Okay,
close.
so that's a no. I've been holding on to her since.
Well, I can think of a movie you guys probably hated that she was in.
What's that?
I believe she was in Rock of Ages.
I didn't hate that movie.
I love the movie, but I thought you guys would hate it.
I hated it.
Well, he hated
There you
it,
go,
but
see?
I didn't mind
And
it.
she hasn't do a lot of movies
I saw
since
it.
then.
I saw it in a movie theater in a very small town in Ontario, and it wasn't Perry Sound.
I saw it in the theater. I also saw the musical,
Oh,
which is not quite as good.
well, you're a musical fan.
I am.
So I can get that.
But yeah, no, she was okay in it. But I mean, she's not really an actor.
I think we got to find a mesmerize off. We'll pick something for next week,
Yeah.
people. So you'll be prepared. There will be a mesmerize off that we'll be discussing, 100%. I don't know what, but we will find someone's gonna go. This list is now too big. Is Bill? For actually, wait a minute. Is Bill Murray mesmerizing on our list?
He used to be. I don't know if he is anymore.
Because if he is, then we could rewatch The Dead Don't Die and see whether or not who's mesmerizing,
better?
Adam Driver or Bill
Well, yeah, but
Murray.
you guys are going to pick Adam Driver. It's pretty much no contest.
I don't know. We both like Bill Murray.
Didn't you guys say it has to be unanimous?
Let's
though?
not do that. Let's save that for later.
Save it
please.
for a good one. All right, we'll have something for you.
Yeah.
Bryce doesn't want to rewatch The Dead
Not
Don't
yet.
Die. That's too soon.
It's way too
The
soon.
wound is too soon for him. All right. Okay.
All right then.
Plus, what's her head's in it? And
Tilda
she
Swinton.
kicks- Yeah, she
Swinton's
would,
awesome.
She would have been.
destroy both
She would
of them.
destroy both of them.
Yeah. So it's just not a
Alright.
fair fight.
Last week on Rage or Dare, Jim pulled the redheaded stepchild of a film from the Dare bag called Chairman of the Board. This week, both Jim and Bryce will have to choose Rage or Dare. Let's check in with Jim and see if Carrot Top delivers a film as funny as Rubber Chickens, or did he wish Carrot Top's dad wore a rubber and saved him from the trouble of seeing this film altogether. All right. What you got?
Well, can you just turn the music down just a little bit, Murr? This is important.
Okay.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Carrot Top zone.
Is there cake?
So I kept
enjoy
thinking,
carrot cake.
why is every 5 minutes the movie repeating itself? It's like Groundhog Day or Unhappy Death Day, because every 5 minutes Carrot Top tries to be funny and it's not funny. So I thought I had seen this movie. If you listen to our last week's episode, I said, oh yeah, I remember seeing this movie. But alas, I had not seen this movie. I was mixing it up with another film that also had Carrot Top in it. So,
He was
Top
in,
me
he was
two
in more than one
movies?
movie?
he's in 2 movies, yes.
Is he a star
Wait, was
in
he
the
the
other one?
star of the other one?
He was a big part in the other one. But it wasn't as big as he's the star in this one.
All right. 'Cause
I know.
I only remember him being the star of one movie.
Yeah, star is a relative term.
Oh, he's
Leading
He's the
actor.
leading actor.
But he's not
Chairman
he's
of the
not
board.
he's not a star. Have you seen this? He's definitely not a star in this movie.
Well, he's the star of the movie.
He is not starring anything.
No, he's
in
starring in
the
the
movie
movie.
the most of anybody else.
He gets top billing.
But there's no starring for him.
top billing makes him the star.
He's not a star. Star represents something bright and shiny. He is not that. He is not the star of a movie that doesn't have stars in it.
But he's the star of this movie.
He's the leading actor in this. Well, I can't even say leading actor. He's just the person who is in the movie the most. So, you take 1 scoop of Carrot Top,
I don't
2
get it.
scoops of complete idiocy, a dash of fucking stupid, and bam, you have chairman of the board. I have no clue what the fuck this movie was. At times I thought it was just a Carrot Top stand-up routine with props and his manicness. At other times I felt like I was watching a bad Disney film or after school special. Then other times it was crude and rude. So I had no idea what or who this was made for.
something for everybody.
It's like someone watched the movie Mr. Deeds or Brewster's Millions and said, "You know what we really need?" And no,
Another one.
It's not more cowbell. We probably need a movie about idiots becoming rich. But let's make it even stupider and so painful you would want to throw yourself off a building as tall as the building that they worked in this movie to guarantee you kill yourself instantly so that you never have to remember ever seeing this. And to answer the biggest question everybody has, and we had talked a little bit about it last week, is no, Carrot Top was not roided up in this film. Not yet, anyway. And that is the most interesting thing about this movie, is that Carrot Top was not roided up. So, to quickly recap, Carrot Top is not funny, not even for 5 minutes, let alone for an entire movie. Any movie where an idiot gets money, runs a company, and has a love interest is awful, but this one is especially carroty awful. Seeing Carrot Top sight gags as an entire movie idea is painful to everything, including anyone who watches this. Their sperm or eggs or any future offspring of those aforementioned items create for the future of all time. I can never unsee this movie, but I can always look forward to never having to ever see it again. I love carrots. I love cake. Hell, I even like carrot cake. But Carrot Top in this movie and this movie made me rage.
Huh.
So that
Whoever picked this for a dare bag
it'd be mission
completely...
accomplished.
They nailed it.
This is the Mission Impossible episode where
Mission-
Bryce learns how many
Mission
Mission
Very
Impossibles.
surprising that the movie where Carrot Top was the star.
It's
you
not
didn't
a star.
Yeah, he starred in the movie.
He's the no. Star is a loose word that we're using.
He's the star.
No, it's definitely not a star. Keep guessing. Guess another one.
Chairman of the board, starring
No,
Carrot Top.
no. appearing is Carrot Top.
Appearing with the most in the most scenes. Carrot Top.
That's right.
I don't get it.
Okay, so, and to recap, we have Mission Impossible Fallout. We have Mission Impossible 5.
Protocol was before that.
We have, Ghost Protocol. We have
Carrot Top was in Mission
Impossible 4.
Rogue Nation.
We have
he was
Mission
in Rogue
Impossible
Nation.
3. We have Mission Impossible 2.
Yes.
And we have Mission Impossible 1.
I thought you said
correct.
it was starred Tom Cruise, not Carrot Top.
That's true.
He might be one of
The Mission Impossible series of movies stars Tom Cruise.
And there's been like 6.
So which ones are Carrot Top in?
None of them.
Maybe the next
We're
one.
already past Carrot Top. I forgot about who even Carrot
already
Top
I
is.
thought we
blocked
were
it.
talking about Carrot Top.
We
already
were,
blocked it from
but
his
then I
mind.
changed it to talking to remind you of how many movies of Mission Impossible there's been made.
I have no idea where this is coming from.
Coming from a previous segment that we talked about, but we just finished talking
You are,
about
It
you're
all-
all over the place.
It all ties together.
It all ties together. This is the Mission Impossible episode. Thanks, Mur.
I feel as if
All right.
we're losing our focus.
What?
All right,
Focus.
well, then let's move on.
Well,
then.
we have to choose.
Rage.
Do we want to rage or dare? I'm kind of feeling the Mur love. You actually liked his movie last time.
Oh, the last movie was really good.
It was the Benchwarmers. It was
no.
completely awful.
Was it Benchwarmers?
It was the Benchwarmers. It was completely awful. I think we go with Mur.
All right then.
I'm kind of craving the bucket, the ice cream bucket of joy.
Let's see what we get from the merman.
He's shaking it. He's shaking his ice cream maker.
Shake it off.
I love it. Okay, we are about to partake in something as delicious as. Okay, I'm assuming this is the movie Miami Vice.
That is correct.
So there's a movie
With Jamie
called
Foxx.
Miami Vice, which I think has Jamie Foxx in it.
Oh, and Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell's awesome. This is going to be good.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Don't make me watch that.
Yeah, you're going to watch it.
I watched it in the theaters like a long time ago when it came out, and it was so bad.
I like
Oh.
Jamie Foxx, and I even like what's his face even more. You know the other Vice.
Colin. Yeah, Vice. Colin.
Hey, can I watch Vice instead?
No,
No.
that's a good movie. You can't watch that.
Also has Justin Theroux in it.
Justin Theroux, I love him.
I think he used to be married to Jennifer. What's her name?
Jennifer, what's her face?
And remind us, Murray, who directed this piece of crap?
That's a good question. Looks like a Michael Mann film.
Oh, Michael Mann. So
Really?
you're in for a treat. Michael Mann's a great director.
Michael Mann is a great director.
It's his film. I don't know
You
if
know
he
what?
directed it.
Maybe,
Just maybe.
just maybe, I'm remembering this incorrectly.
I think that's probably the case.
I mean, it's got Colin Farrell. It's directed by Michael Mann.
Jamie Foxx in his good years.
Jamie Foxx has some moments of brilliance. There's no question.
Yes.
And
Maybe it all culminates into something
Maybe you're now
special.
mature enough to understand this movie.
Maybe that's it.
And-
Maybe I was a little immature.
And
when I
according
first
to the
watched it.
DVD, it's the unrated director's edition. Includes footage not seen in theater.
This is
so
this
they-
is gonna
It's
make
a
sense
whole new
to you
movie.
now.
I think it's about a 2.5-hour movie to begin with, isn't it?
I don't know, maybe.
And they
It's
made
like-
it longer.
2 hours and 20 something minutes. Yeah.
What did I tell you?
Yeah. Well. Wow. Well, stay tuned,
I
people. There's
challenge
gonna-
you not to rage about it.
We're going to be jam packed full of. It's going to be the pack full of fun kit number 7 next
exactly.
week.
All right.
All right.
Well. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Some super rage love to our members, Julene from It Goes Down in the PM podcast, James and Philip for their continued financial support. Thanks to our extended film rage crew of Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision of photography via Leonard Conlon Photography. For Bex Goose for her cartooning skills at PotatoLadyPodcastReviews.com. For Tony from FlixX Rated Podcast for his graphic design artwork for our verbal masturbation art. And for Nat from Crime Time Nerds for our new Bryce Loves Walkin', which we're soon going to see come out hopefully soon. And lastly, thanks to our sponsor, Canyon Meadows Cinemas. Please go and support your local independent cinemas near you as they desperately need your help as we come out of this pandemic. Find us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. See what we look like on YouTube by searching Film Rage Podcast. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us an email to filmragecalgary@gmail.com gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please make us rage. Please. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.